Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Weekly Wrestling Heat. We're back with we missed last Tuesday, given we
hmm
missed Tuesday. So we are here with a special All Out Reserve
Well, then
episode where we'll,
we were gonna go live yesterday, but we both fell asleep.
yeah, we're sorry. We've been bad hosts lately. We really have been bad hosts. Anyways, All Out is this weekend. Gee, Waba, what do you think about this
I
weekend
think
coming up? What's your opinion?
I'm very excited. I haven't been this excited for a pay per view in a minute. I thought that, and you disagreed with me. I thought AEW had one of the best wrestling finishes in the last 5 to 10 years. Um, which you kind of disagreed with me on, but we'll talk. We'll save that after we see how All Out goes, and we'll go from there. Meltzer's spewed out a couple more lies, which we'll skip on to. Um,
Yeah.
but but just wanted to before we get into the All Out predictions, condolences to Daphne's family. There's still no cause of death, but the Instagram video was very numbing. Um, and yeah, we both just want to give our P's and our T's, our prayers and our thoughts to Daphne's family and her loved ones. And yeah, mental health is not something we mess around with.
Yeah. If you need help, seek it out. Depression is something that can hit anybody at any time. So, as a big mental health advocate, I would say to actually seek the help out if you need it. If you need somebody to talk to, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're here. So, um, yeah. Either way, let's get into it.
Um,
Let's
I have to start.
AEW says
Oh, what
is
happened?
Sunday. AW is Sunday. All Out is Sunday. So, what are we gonna get started? Top to bottom or bottom to top?
We'll go from the pre-show to the main event, but let me ask you this: what do you think will be the first match on the card?
We we're probably looking either at the AW Women's Championship or the TNT Championship.
Okay, I think they're going to open with the women's battle royal.
That too. I forgot about that. I forgot they moved that to the main card. So
Yeah. All right. So on the pre-show, we got Best Friends and Jurassic Express versus the Hardy Family Office, which is Matt Hardy, Private Party, and 2.0. I think we're going to be in agreement here. The faces win.
yeah, I don't see that going anywhere else.
And I think Matt
Um,
Hardy, I like what Matt Hardy's doing, but I think he should get away from this group and just start putting talent over group storylines and matches.
so I've read that this Hardy family experiment. There's an article out there that basically kind of crapped on the thing. Not crapped on, but kind of like gave criticism over Matt Hardy's current situation with AEW or how he's being used in AEW. Which is kind of like how I agree with it because of the fact that they like the broken gimmick didn't get over in AEW a little bit. It got over, but it still had its like little flaws.
And it was,
Same thing
and
with
no one's going to say it. We'll say it. Tony Khan has came out and said it. He wasn't behind it 100%.
yeah. So it's not to his fault. It's just it is what it is. You know, take the L, run with it, or do what you please with it. Um, I feel like this. I feel like he kind of got people that. Well, anyways, continuing with the article, it basically said that the Hardy family office does not have any chemistry because you just put together a group of people. Like when Hardy was with Private Party, it was a perfect combination because they fed off of each other and they were actually there was chemistry within the group. you take that apart. You added the Butcher and the Blade with the bunny. Then you added.
I thought even with them they were good. I think once they added 2.0, like when they had the Matt Hardy buying 2.0, I think that's when it kind of got too convoluted, you know?
Yeah, you added too many people to a faction, and it kind of just went from there. So it's one of those situations
right now.
Yeah, so that's like, so even if they weren't jobbers, like the faction is too many people in a faction, so it's like they're not given AEW's want to try to put everybody on TV. Kind of is one of those things that kind of hindered this specific group from actually being successful in a sense.
And WWE does it at times too. We've seen their Mania is supposed to be 2 days now, so they try their hardest to get everyone on the big card as well. So I'm not going to critique Tony Khan for getting his talent a payday, especially with the pay-per-view format that you get paid for it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I like that he does with AEW. He gives everybody a chance. He gives everybody the equal amount of chance to actually continue and be successful in the company. I think it's unfortunate that one of these situations is that Hardy is actually involved in this situation, but I think that he's actually working with what he got and he's making him look good. So that's the positive on him. But as for him, as far as him winning the match, I don't think that he'll win unless they pull some heel tactic and screw it over. Then yeah.
I think Jurassic Express has taken too many L's lately. I think they need to win here.
I would agree. I don't like how they're being booked a little bit, but that's like neither here nor there. I had to see the eventual payoff of this to be able to buy into it.
All right, let's get into the main card. 21 woman battle royal for a shot at the AEW women's title. It's their whole roster plus a wild card, which everyone is assuming is Ruby Soho. Are you going to throw your own wild card pick in there, or are you just going to assume it's Ruby as well?
I think it's Ruby because I've been keeping up with her little vignettes that she's been doing about like teasing, and everything leads to Chicago. So even like the license that's on her thing, it's from Illinois. So unless she swerves us and it's not coming out, then it would totally surprise me in all honesty.
Okay, and who do you got winning this battle royal?
I don't know. I think
that's not how predictions work. You got to go prediction.
I want to go. All right. I want to go with Ty. I think Ty.
I am on the same boat with you. I'm going to go Anna Jay though.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I had that, but I think Ty might come down to Tay and Anna Jay, and then Anna Jay is going to turn on Ty.
I don't think they're going to break them up because the way that they built that whole Jade Cargill and Nyla random friendship, I can see them being the first tag team to face both of those women.
Yeah, that's true too. But they still, never mind. I take that back because they just also teased Penelope Ford and on the Bunny versus Anna Jay and Ty.
Yeah, so that can keep going. And then the thing here is, I think the most banger match would be Rio versus Britt.
Yeah, and Rio's competing too, so
yeah.
I don't know. I want to say Ty is going to win. I want to say Ty. I think the crowd's behind Ty. I think that it's looking good for Ty.
Okay. I think Anna Jay's going to win. I would love for Kiara Hogan to win, and that's how she gets her contract.
I don't know. I didn't like how she was being booked, but whatever.
She's not signed.
I feel like she's
there for warm-up matches.
Well, I know, but I feel like she's a bigger deal than they're making her out to be, and that's where it kind of like gets to me. But anyways, moving on.
They kind of teased Jamie Hayter getting irritated with Britt Baker.
Yeah, I see that. I've been seeing that too. So
that could be something to look out for.
Who knows?
Like I
Interesting.
could see like it being the final 5 women. I could see it being like the final 5 girls, and then Jamie Hayter throwing out Rebel, and then that leading to some backstage stuff with Britt.
So, from the prediction site CBS Sports, the WWE Sports that does wrestling, they're predicting Ruby Soho to win in her debut match.
The wild card never wins, though, right?
For the men, remember this is the first time they're doing the women's.
No, they've done the women's before. Remember, Mercedes was the wild card.
Was she? Oh,
a couple years ago, right before Mercedes got signed by WWE.
Oh, when they did All Out.
Yeah.
Or All In or something like that. I forgot when it was. Anyways, okay. I don't know. I don't know who's going to. I'm sticking with Tay. Is Tay?
I'm going to take back my take of Anna Jay. I'm going to go with Thunder Rosa.
I can see that happening.
All right. Next match. Moxley versus Kojima. And, you know, I was listening to a couple of podcasts where they're, like, not excited because they don't know Kojima that well. Because a lot of people still don't watch Impact. But Kojima had a great run in Impact just, like, a couple of months ago.
I think this match is going to steal the show. In a physical sense. It's going to be the most physical match on the card.
I think this and the Miro match will be 2 of the most physical matches, yes.
Yes. I think that we're going to have a couple of holy shit moments on this one. And I think that Moxley might get the win.
And a lot of people are going to be surprised because they haven't seen Kojima yet. They're going to be very surprised with Kojima being, I believe he's 50 years old. Yeah, he's 50 years old. And this guy's got stamina like no other. Like
Kojima is one of the few Japanese wrestlers that can still go, apart from Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, he and Eddie Edwards were teaming on Impact. They had really good chemistry as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be very similar to Big Cass or W. Morrissey versus Kojima.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if Kojima gets the win on this one, it'll be because they just want to give him, like, you know.
I think Moxley will win, though. Moxley's my prediction.
Yeah, I'm picking Moxley too.
All right. Paul White versus QT Marshall.
Skip that. Paul White's winning.
Even after the Billy Gunn turn?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with Paul White as well.
I don't see QT Marshall winning. Why? Because Big Show, they're gonna put. I mean, yeah. Well, and also you're not gonna put QT over the Big Show, like if he's like QT's the next biggest star. But I don't know. I think this match will be entertaining, though.
You know what really pissed me off? This segment really pissed me off because I was hoping it would lead to, after Lee Johnson gets destroyed, Goldust gets destroyed, Billy Gunn's the next guy for Aleister Black. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh. All right, continue talking. I'm going to go flip calls.
Yeah, I think Billy Gunn and Aleister Black could have had a great match. Billy Gunn can still go, given his age. And I think his boys were getting over as a face tag team, so I'm kind of disappointed that they turned the whole Gun Club heels. I'm hoping they don't do Gun Club versus the Nightmare Factory because we just saw it with QT's. Well, no, they just turned heels, so it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're both on Paul White there. Jericho versus MJF. If Jericho loses, he must retire from in-ring competition.
At AEW. So, this one I'm split because I really feel like Jericho's going to win this one. But something tells me that they're going
Let me tell you something really quick. Before you make your pick. The Jericho Cruise is the same weekend of the Arthur Ashe show, the same week.
Yeah, Jericho's not winning.
So you think
And if
Jericho's
he
going to
wins, I think he's gonna win. I
think he's
don't.
going to
I
win.
think
You have to
I
have a
think
match
he's gonna
on
win.
Cruise.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna win. But the reason being is that they're not going to. Well, I never say never, but I don't think they could afford to not let Jericho compete anymore for at least. I don't know. That's weird. I stick with Jericho, but I feel like something's gonna happen. We're gonna get a swerve or something.
The only way I would be happy with Jericho losing is if it sets up Sammy and MJF for like a blood feud.
I can see that happening.
But I also think Jericho wins because I think MJF's next feud is Wardlow. So I can see Wardlow accidentally costing MJF.
I can see a Wardlow turning on MJF.
And that's how you turn him into like the big face because the Chicago crowd would go wild. Yeah. I think he's going to cost him. You think he's going to turn? But basically, we're both going Jericho, right?
Yeah, Jericho, but I think, like I said, there's going to be some kind of swerve. If MJF gets a clean win, it wouldn't surprise me, but it would be the biggest upset I can see.
All right. Miro versus Eddie Kingston for the AEW TNT Championship. I'm going to go Miro because I think Eddie's going to get it at Arthur Ashe.
That's what I was going to say. I think Miro's going to cause a disqualification to get himself disqualified, and then it's just going to this feud is going to continue to go till they get to Arthur Ashe Stadium.
So one thing with AEW is they don't do the screwy finishes a lot. So what I would like to see is I would like to see both of them beat the hell out of each other to the point where they both get counted out, and then maybe a New York brawl or something as the Arthur Ashe match, and that's where Eddie wins.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna go to time limit, and I think it's gonna go to the time limit, and there's not gonna be a clear winner.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna also go Miro. But I'm gonna change my prediction. Lana cost Eddie.
I think it's gonna go to the limit, and I think that this is going to be one of my favorite matches because of the fact that
Lana
Miro
is finally going to be at All Out, and she's free agent now.
What if Lana's the wild card?
No, don't. You don't need to do that. Yeah, I think so. We're both going Miro. We both think Eddie will take the title off of Miro sooner rather than later. Stay tuned. All right. Then we got the steel cage match for the tag titles: Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
I think the Young Bucks are winning. I don't think they're gonna drop the titles to the Lucha Bros. At least not right now.
I don't either. I think Santana and Ortiz also win the title at Arthur Ashe. But with Pac getting pulled last minute, and there's a whole bunch of Meltzer hate going out right here because we don't know if it's travel issues or if it's health. So if people find out that Meltzer reported that travel issues and it's like a COVID issue, they better be as pissed as when he said Charlotte had or Asuka was injured or Charlotte was pregnant or Sasha was whatever. I want the same reaction. They're not going to because Meltzer's uncle.
Well, not even that. They're saying that the issue surrounding Pac is the same that Sasha Banks. Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Young Bucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade helps out the Lucha Bros, and that's how they win.
You know what? That could be a swerve because if they were doing something like that and they want to swerve, then yeah.
But our official prediction is Young Bucks.
Young
right?
Bucks. Yeah.
All right. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. I think we're both going to say Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, and if Ruby Soho is not the wild card, I think that Ruby Soho would be the first one to attack Britt Baker. They're going to do some kind of Adam Cole way, where with Britt Baker celebrating and Ruby Soho comes out and takes out all three of them.
Okay.
Or the Inspiration debuts on All Out.
Fuck that, dude. They need to go to Impact. CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
I think CM Punk's gonna put Darby over.
I think Darby's gonna lose. I think Punk wins.
I think that CM Punk is gonna put Darby over.
So let's make it interesting.
And this is coming from the person who really wasn't. Who was actually? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of marked out when CM Punk's music hit, because
you're not a wrestling fan if you didn't. Every wrestling fan. Justin will never admit in a million years, but I know Justin sitting at home. I know he didn't get emotional, but I know Justin in the back of his head said, "This is good for wrestling."
No, and he said it. He said it in our chat. He said that it was a good pop. Like, so there's no.
But then he also hated on a dude crying.
Yeah. That's neither here nor there. But I do want to say,
did you cry?
No, but it was. I got chills. So there's been only a couple of times that I've had chills, and it happened twice in SummerSlam weekend. Was when CM Punk debuted and when Becky Lynch came back, and then when Edge came back.
The Becky one didn't do it for me. Edge one did because I was there live, but Edge's go away also, like, really, Edge going away also shook me up to a point. And then even last Rumble when Christian and Edge had that moment, that was a really good moment too.
Yeah. So I want to address something since we're on the subject of CM Punk's return. So recently on Twitter, this is because I read into it and I actually did my research. There's been reports of Booker T kind of crapping on CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Like, if you actually, I went back and listened to the podcast where said situation happened. None of that was said. It was taken over the context. It was basically Booker T saying that he felt that he could have done a better promo. He wanted a pipe bomb. He did not want like that. Yes, it did. The pop was great. Everything was great, but he wanted to feel the pipe bomb that, CM Punk is known for doing, and he felt that CM Punk kind of held back a little bit. But that he didn't take nothing away. Same thing with Daniel Bryan. He's excited to see Daniel Bryan if he does debut in AEW. I just want to tell our viewers, whoever watches this, please do your research before you agree on somebody on the dirt sheets. That's why we don't actively report the stuff.
I almost said a name out loud. Chris. Yeah.
That's why we don't report stuff like on our social medias. Like, we would just we're going to start doing the ratings. This just because Showbuzz Daily is back, so I want to start reporting the ratings. But I don't feel like we're reporters. We're giving critique.
Our group chat got really quiet when that fake Atlas story came out that I posted, right?
Yeah.
Especially Vince is doing everything wrong. Tony Khan is doing great. That group got very quiet.
So, speaking on that, the same thing goes to the situation going on with Carl Anderson, which we're going to address the elephant in the room. Carl Anderson says some things that were kind of frowned upon, but at the same time, don't attack this man's family or his personal life.
Dude's going through a divorce, dude. Leave him alone.
No, he's not going through a divorce. He's still married.
No, I thought they filed for a divorce. No.
Again, yes. Was it the wrong timing for him to say what he said? Yes, because what occurred yesterday but at the same time, he had the right to defend himself. Was it right? No, that he said what he said, but whatever. The thing that people fail to realize is that I was going through his timeline last night, and there's this guy when he posted the suicide prevention hotline that basically started going down and just expressing himself about how he felt. And Carl Anderson basically said, "Hey, buddy, if you need me, DM me. If you need anything, just reach out to me. We got you." Like, people really fail to realize that there's Carl Anderson, the heel, and Carl Anderson has a man.
And Carl Anderson, the man, is how CM Punk is outside of the ring. He's one of those guys who he's not going to stop for every picture, and I don't blame him. He's not going to stop for every picture. He's not going to stop for every guy that runs up to him in the bathroom. Like Randy Orton's the same way. This isn't a crap on AEW thing. Like, Randy Orton's the same way.
Randy Orton. Yeah, there's guys that actually enjoy their privacy when they're with their families. So, 9 times out of 10, it's more of a respecting. I wish the wrestling community would start respecting these guys as humans as well and start seeing above their character, because I feel like that also causes a lot of mental stress on people. And like I said, given the situation that happened, I think mental health is one of those things that we should push towards. And you got to give these guys their respect for privacy. If they don't want to, if they feel some type of way, let them express themselves. Don't hate him just because you like WWE and you feel that he's crapping on it. He has a given reason, but at the same time, like I said, it was the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes,
anyways, moving on.
I do wanna ask you, since you think Darby's going over, and I think Punk's going over, shall we make a friendly wager?
Sure.
I will send you a $25 gift card to our boy Hookah John if Darby Allin wins.
I will send you a $25.
No, I don't want a $25. But if CM Punk wins, I want you to watch Half Girlfriend with your wife.
Deal.
All right. Okay.
Deal. I will watch Half Girlfriend with my wife and I will send you a picture when I start and give you my analysis of the movie when we finish.
Okay. I want the analysis on Hookah University as a live, though.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. And another thing I can see happening in this match, just so neither of them lose, I could see Garcia and 2.0 coming out. I think that would be a really crappy way to end Punk's first match back, so I'm hoping it doesn't. But if that happens, we'll just null and void the bet.
Yeah, but I feel that the way that CM Punk has been talking, I feel like he's going to put over Darby Allin because CM Punk came to also put over talent.
And Darby's got I think one of the cooler looking roll ups with that mousetrap or whatever he calls it. He's got one of the cooler looking roll ups, so I could definitely see Punk like losing on that and saying, "All right, you got one over on me." But I'm gonna go with CM Punk. We have our wager. It'll be fun. Now let's get into the main event. Kenny and Christian.
We still forgot a couple.
No, because
the
Andrade
still
got pulled off.
So he's not facing a random person?
No, that's why I think the tag team match thing is happening.
No, I think they still have that. Hold on.
I'm looking at the card, man.
It is. Oh, I guess so. Oh, well. I guess you got through it pretty quickly.
Do you want to add it so we can have some fun? Let's say Andrade had an open challenge.
Yeah, let's do that. I think it'll be Daniel Bryan debuting or Adam Cole.
You think it's going to be Ric Flair? Don't lie.
No, I think it's going to be Adam Cole or Daniel Bryan because they got to find a way to debut him. So they're not just they're not. He's not.
So you have Andrade lose?
I think he will.
Oh, That's disgusting, dude.
I know.
Man, and do you know the thing with all these free agent signings with AEW is some of them get creative control and some of them don't. So I don't even know what.
No, here's the thing. Tony Khan actually went on record and said that nobody has creative control over their.
You really think Punk didn't have any creative control?
Nope. He has a say so. He has a say so if he doesn't feel that is a right move for his career, but it's still up there.
Okay. Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I agree. All right, do you think anything cool is going to happen after the match?
That would be okay. If the Andrade stuff doesn't happen, I think Kenny Omega wins, and they're going to start beating him down. And I think Daniel Bryan comes in with the save with the Jurassic Express and Frankie Kazarian.
No, I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Okay.
I think Daniel Bryan will be on the show. I don't know where, but I don't think it's going to be the main event. I think this is where you bring Hangman back.
That could happen as well.
You could bring Hangman back while he's there, record a couple of backstage segments to get him through until the baby is born, you know? You could do one on Rampage. You could do one on AEW. You could even film a backstage spot there, and people won't even know if it's live because AEW is really good at keeping that stuff under wraps. So you could do another backstage thing where maybe Kenny attacks Hangman Wednesday, but really it's the same show.
You know what's funny, and this is where I'm kind of going into the booking challenge of not booking, but the booking mastermind that I have at times.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
Mm-hmm.
What if instead after the match, you know how they killed off Adam Cole and being the Elite, right? What if they play into that and all of a sudden Adam Cole comes back and scares the crap out of them?
That is so Inside 101. Dude, okay, here's why I don't want that to happen. My pops is a big Adam Cole fan. My dad's a big Adam Cole fan. If he sees something like that, he'd be like, what the fuck? I don't get what's going on. He doesn't watch Being the Elite. I think 90% of people who are ordering this pay-per-view don't watch Being the Elite.
You're wrong. A lot of the majority of the AEW fans have kept up with Being the Elite.
But how many new buyers are you going to get because of CM Punk? You got to think about that, too. You want to withhold through, right?
But that's where it gets... This is why the Young Bucks channel is so successful, because they end up teasing stuff that goes on to Being the Elite. So, I'm just saying they teased it.
Well, CM Punk had the initials. CM Punk had the initials. So Braun Strowman's going to debut.
Bray Wyatt.
I don't think Bray Wyatt's contract 90 days is up.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think Adam Cole will show up in the main event. I think Daniel Bryan will show up somewhere earlier, maybe on Friday, just talking crap about how Pac didn't show up. And Daniel Bryan shows up and just runs him out, does a couple of moves, a yes kick, runs him out. Because WWE hasn't trademarked yes, so you can yell yes all you want. But yeah, that will do it. 35 minutes. I think we're both very excited. I'm actually excited to hop off here and watch SmackDown in a little bit.
I've been keeping up with SmackDown.
We were both very excited with the Baron Corbin stuff. How do we? Oh, you told me. I asked you. You told me you liked it. You liked the Baron Corbin swerve. I don't like it.
I like it because it goes back to
No, it needs to be a face. Corbin. No, it needs to be a face. He needs to lose all his money.
It's gonna end up going to that. It's gonna end up being a face turn eventually.
I hope so. But yeah, I am very excited. I hope Tony Khan doesn't let us down. I've heard Bleacher Report's been having some issues, like for people that want to pre-order the pay-per-view. It wasn't even listed for a week, I heard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Anything else, Elias? Any parting words?
Tune in next Tuesday as we come back to you. We'll be back on Tuesday for real.
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. No, all right. Let's talk about that. Let's. While we have the elephant in the room and we were talking about it.
For 5 more minutes. You have me for 5 more minutes. Make it interesting.
It's ain't gonna take 5 minutes. All right. So the report came out that saying that that Vince and Bruce Pritchard were gonna take day-to-day operations of NXT. That was by both Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. The report came out today saying that no, that NXT is still going to do the same thing they're doing, keep the same people in the same positions that they had. That Bruce and Vince McMahon were just going to be over there more to see the promoting part of it, like helping the brand grow a little bit. The marketing portion of it. So I think that on a marketing aspect, that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard have a great thing of helping the brand. Because the brand already itself is solid. It produces great matches. It just needs that little, I think that the change up with that they're doing is welcome for them. It's a welcome change that they need to help bring NXT to the next level. Because even Vince, as much as people shit on it, knows that NXT is a gold mine. So, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel that nothing's going to change with NXT. This week's episode was a proof that NXT is still going on the same current, that they haven't changed anything that they're doing.
And we'll see on the 14th if anything changes. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be that major because the one big thing they're promoting for that week is the Indian Dexter wedding. So when I see reports with names like Ciampa, Gargano, and O'Reilly possibly being fired, we ain't in this to promote people getting fired. Like that's something I think is kind of lame. But
that's shitty reporting. That's shitty reporting because at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter if you have a bias towards a company or not. Like me, I'm pro WWE. I'll give the constructive criticism that I can for AEW and how I feel about it, but I would never shit on the product like that. Any chance that Meltzer and Brian Alvarez get, they try to shit on WWE. Yes, some of the moves WWE has done in the past 2 years have been head scratchers, and sometimes it does question your ability to support the brand, but then they come back and do great things. Think about it. SummerSlam was a success. WrestleMania was a success. Any pay-per-view they do, the matches are pretty awesome. There's a segment or two that are kind of meh, but other than that, they're solid. So either way, regardless of the fact, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, tune in to All Out this Sunday. We'll be watching. And also tune in next Tuesday. I have to come back to you and cover the aftermath of AEW All Out, cover this past week's NXT, AEW, Rampage, and SmackDown. Because we're gonna add SmackDown, and we're probably talk Raw because Raw has been getting better. So I feel like we're gonna start getting more into everything. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, from me and boys, we're out. Happy Labor Day weekend and peace.
Be safe, guys.